Hello, everyone! Hello and welcome to Alip Bata Guitar Tricks number 7. And today we're going to be learning about vibrato. And vibrato is a very personal thing. It's essential for every guitar player to learn vibrato, and it's a really important lesson here. So, what I'd like you to do for me, Jennifer, here, my special guest and awesome student,
Hi.
why don't you just introduce yourself to everybody that is new here, and tell everybody a little bit about your music while I get everything squared away to begin the lesson.
Sure. Well, I'm a saxophone, flute, and piano player, and I teach lessons also. But I learned saxophone from Matthew about 20 years ago, I think, a long time ago, and we've been friends ever since. And now he's teaching me guitar and voice, and I'm a brand new guitar student, so different instrument, and I guess I'm Garth right now. Anyways, yeah, I get nervous when he leaves. So yeah, I've been doing music for quite a while. I know some chords, kind of, sort of. That's a C chord, so yay. I'm starting to learn some chords. So Matthew taught me those. So he's a very good teacher, and I highly recommend him for music lessons. So
Thank you, Jennifer.
you're welcome.
I just realized my closet doors were open and it looked awful.
I didn't even, I was not even paying attention to that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, thank you for introducing yourself. And now we need to introduce my coffee. That's right. Kopi Monokopi, everybody. Let's have some coffee together and we're going to learn some guitar. Now, this
All
is
right.
this is again a beginner guitar lesson. So, for all of you advanced guitar wizards, anybody that, can run and play circles around me, and there's a lot of you guys, you might want to go to a different stream because this is a beginner lesson. Now, if you're an intermediate guitar player, or if you can play pretty well like I can, you might still be able to get some value out of this. The thing about vibrato is that it's a very personal thing. Every guitar player develops their vibrato a little bit different. And since vibrato is something that's used to sustain and make your really long notes pretty, um, everybody's going to have slight different depth, a slight different speed to their vibrato. So how do we do vibrato? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to fret our string with our left hand, and then, if you can see, I'm just going to rub the string on the fret side to side. So I'm like literally going one direction, then back to the center, then the other direction, and then back to the center. So I would be okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So you'll be pushing towards the center of the fretboard, then back to center, and then towards the outside of the fretboard, and then to center. Okay. So fret your string somewhere around the 10th to 13th fret. I would say somewhere in the 9 to 12 range. It's really a nice sweet spot on an acoustic guitar. Fret your note and then rub it on the fret. Everybody grab your guitar and do this along.
Hey, I did it.
Very good, Jennifer.
Thanks.
So everybody grab your guitar, play a note high up on the fretboard that's fretted, and then rub it back and forth at your own speed.
There we go.
Excellent. I want you to experiment with varying the vibrato speed. Vary the vibrato speed and width. Try it maybe wide, really wide vibrato, or a really fast vibrato, or maybe a slow vibrato.
Just a slow one.
Right? Try different vibratos. There you go. One of the
Yeah.
tricks one of the tricks, don't start vibratoing immediately. Hold maybe a quarter note or so, then start to vibrato. See,
Okay.
because if you start right away, it can, I mean, not always, but if you start right away, sometimes it can deaden it. But if you, yeah, if you use it after a beat or something, then it can increase the volume and sustain of your note and the presence and body of your note.
Oops. Yeah. It's like saxophone, we do that. Well, you know, because you're a saxophone player,
Mm-hmm.
but like we'll play the note first and then kind of add it depending on the style.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a really fast vibrato.
And then you can do the slide after.
Yeah, you can slide into it.
I practiced a lot this week. So.
Yes, absolutely. Combine the techniques. That's a good idea because the vibrato can help to sustain the slide.
Yeah. That's cool.
Okay? So, vibrato is mainly used in lead guitar, although it can also be used in rhythm guitar too. Most of the time, if I'm going to be doing a vibrato on rhythm guitar, um, most of the time it would be like maybe like at the end of the song or something. So like another way you can vibrato,
Oh.
literally I'm holding with my arm, with my right arm, and I'm pressing down on the guitar. Okay? I hit my chord and then
Oops.
I'm just with my left arm pulling my guitar neck back a little bit. Now you don't want to do this too hard because if you're like, use some Hulk strength or something, you could hurt your guitar. So this one you want to be gentle. You never do a wide vibrato with this. This is only for a subtle vibrato. Another way you can do it is literally just shaking, and that's even more subtle.
Wow.
Okay? Okay? And this one's not going to give so much of a pitch, but this one's just going to kind of give it like a little bit of a pulse. So this one it's almost more like a tremolo than a vibrato. But it's a tremolo. A tremolo is a volume effect that takes and lowers the volume to zero and then brings it back up and then lowers it to zero and then brings it back up. And so that way it's like ha 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 ha, right, with swelling in and out. That's what
Mm-hmm.
tremolo is. Vibrato is the pitch going and making a sine wave around the desired tone. Okay? So there's a lot of ways to do it. And like I said, the shaking, you'll see people do that all the time. You'll
Yeah.
see people do that all the time. And in addition to creating that vibrato-ish effect, it helps to sustain the chord so that it lasts longer. So like if you're playing the last note of a song, a really pretty chord at the end, you want to milk it. You want it to last 10, 15 seconds at the end so you can just sit there and glow and everyone can clap, right? If your last chord ends abruptly when it's not supposed to, and people's clapping might end abruptly when it's not supposed to, and that doesn't feel good. So you want to milk that last chord.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the finger vibrato, and then like I said, we got the pulling vibrato for a little wider, but you got to be careful. And then we've got the shaking vibrato, which is the most subtle. All right. So now we've done almost 10 minutes here, and I've gone over a whole bunch of stuff. So if I went too fast, now's the time where you just grab your guitar and practice along with Jen. She's gonna keep doing what we were talking about. I'm gonna offer some pointers and drink coffee. So let's do it.
We have some guests in the chat room too saying hi. Hi, guys.
I gotta fix the chat box. It's in the wrong place and it looks stupid.
Oh. we go.
Let's try that. That'll look better. Nice!
Thank you.
And remember, use your vibrato to help to sustain the note.
I still look down at my fingers when I play.
That's all right.
I know.
Oh, no, you're fine. Look at your fingers. All you need to look at your fingers, girl.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm telling you to do very specific things with your fingers. So looking at them is
It's okay.
is fine.
A-okay.
Yeah, this is not
A-okay.
this is not a performance.
No.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, someone's saying coffee.
Yeah, I got my coffee here. I got my cold brew. I love coffee, man. I do.
Me
All right.
too.
Things are doing good here. Things are doing good. Let's keep going. So let's just review for all of our newer viewers. We do have a few viewers that have tuned in the last minute or so. So what we're doing is vibrato, and like I showed Jennifer, I'm going to recap for everybody who's new. 3 different vibrato techniques. The first one is the finger vibrato, rubbing the finger on the string in both directions. Usually I'll go towards the middle, then back to center, and then like a pendulum, the other side, and then back to center. Now, one thing you might do is you might end up getting some other strings ringing. You hear that little G in the background? So if you just touch it, then you're sure to only be vibrating the one string. This is that finger vibrato. Okay, Jennifer, let's practice that finger vibrato.
Okay.
Yeah, you can read the chat much better now. Kopi mana kopi. Ooh, that's nice.
Thanks. It's harder down here for some reason.
It doesn't matter where at this point. Just find a spot that you're comfortable doing it and do it. Yeah. Just a little bit more to that side. There you go. Try a slow one like this.
Okay.
What's up, On? How you doing?
Hi.
Hello to everybody. Anki, Zainal. Hello to Aginka. I think that's a cool name.
Yeah.
Hello to Abdul. You can do it with one finger too. You'll see a lot of guitar players using the first finger for vibrato.
Oh, that was almost twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Long one.
Remember, back and forth like a pendulum, like a grandfather clock swinging. There you go.
I can actually do one finger, hey.
Yeah, just rub and okay, so remember when we talked about sliding, Jennifer, and everybody else who's practicing at home? When we talked about sliding, I talked about using a diagonal pressure. That way you're pressing down mostly, but then the dragging from your finger starting to move creates a diagonal, like 30-degree into the fretboard angle. And that angle is what's going to give you the control. So you want to have a little bit of an angle when you're doing your vibrato, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
See, I have really good control because
That's
I'm
cool.
rubbing. Most of the pressure is down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm shifting a little bit to the center and a little bit towards the outside. But most of the pressure is down. The reason why your note stops too soon is because you need more downward pressure.
Right.
More downward pressure will keep the string vibrating. And then when you start moving it to the side, that'll increase the vibration of the string. Not like to make it so much louder, but it gives it more presence and body and will make it ring longer.
I realize that when I'm playing the chords too. I think if I hold it down more, it'll help.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely want to have strong fingers. I'll tell you,
Right.
I did a live stream yesterday, and I'm so proud of myself. I played and sang for almost 2 hours straight. I
Woo.
had very, very, very few breaks. And just a month ago, 2 months ago, when we moved into this apartment, I hadn't been playing guitar like day in like I have been now, and my calluses were gone. My stamina. I could play like 3 songs and then I was beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
15 minutes and then my fingers were toasted and I couldn't play anymore. I had to take a break. I just did 2 hours straight. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, it can snowball. Same thing with this vibrato. You won't even be noticing. You'll just be like, all of a sudden, you'll be like, oh crap, I'm doing it really good. Wow. You know what I mean? It just kind of sneaks up on you. So, the second vibrato technique we were talking about was for a chord. And this is one where you've got all of your fingers are all busy. And so, like I said, you put pressure with the right hand elbow to hold the guitar still. And then you could pull the guitar back towards you to raise the pitch. And if you push it away from you, it actually will lower the pitch too. But that's harder to do. It's easier to do the pulling back.
Yeah.
And then there's the shaking.
I'm
And
just doing
that's the
it.
most common one. You'll see so many guitar players doing that. Just like this. Okay, so just take your hand and just wiggle the neck. And while with your right arm, you want to keep your right arm firmly pressed down on the guitar so that way it doesn't move. If you do this, that's no good. That's no good.
Yeah.
You want to keep it still. And it's just a little motion. You're not doing this.
Not going.
You're just like a centimeter to an inch. Like a centimeter to 2.5 centimeters. It's not a big motion. So you move in both directions, see? So up, then to center, then down, then to center. Just like an arc. Okay?
That's cool.
3 different types of vibrato. The fretted vibrato, the pulling vibrato, and the shaking vibrato. Okay, so now let's try combining. So slide and then vibrato.
That's hard.
Well, we're practicing,
Yeah.
Jen. Just practice.
I did it earlier.
Maybe this will only be a half-hour lesson stream. This
Kind of short. Kind of short.
well,
The
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I'm around, so
So just try a real slow one. Like quarter notes. Wah, 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 wah. Try a real slow one.
I don't think I'm hitting the string hard enough.
With your
There
Okay,
we go. There
take
we
your
go.
thumb, take your left hand thumb, and imagine that this is a vice. And so your left hand thumb is not in any way passive. It is active. You're using your thumb to squeeze. And that will triple the pressure that your finger can do.
Yeah, it does. You're right. I wasn't using the thumb.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So practice just sustaining the note for a second first, because you're not going to be able to vibrato with a dead note. Find a spot that's light enough that you can press hard enough to make the string go.
This one.
Now don't go. Okay, I'm going back to basics for a second. Don't do the slide right now. Pardon me. Right now, let's not do the slide. Right now, let's just, the most basic thing, just find a note, press really hard, and just let it. Okay. Then, once you get it to vibrate a little bit, then add some of the vibrato.
There we go. I like it on this string. I gotta use my thumb though. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why, but my microphone is noise gating before my note is finished. I notice it every time. It just cuts it off. And I just looked and I don't have a noise gate on that I can find. So I'm like, why is it gating me?
That's
I don't
weird.
know. I want everybody to hear the sustain on my notes because it'll go like 2 or 3 seconds longer than the waveform bar will light up. So I know it's cutting me off a little early. Anyway, the point is, you sustain your note. Then while holding that note, after it's been going for say a count or so, then start to wiggle it back and forth. Good!
Thanks. Yeah.
You're getting it.
Thanks. Oh,
Good
this is
job.
I love vibrato on guitar because you don't have to blow into it like saxophone. It's a nice break. I love saxophone, but
Well, and one of the main reasons that we need the vibrato is just because it's so expressive. So let's try now. Let's do a hammer on, followed by vibrato.
Oops.
Remember how to do a hammer on?
Yeah, I'm not as good as those, but at those.
Or slide, either one.
Yeah.
Everybody practice at home. Grab your guitar. Make sure you're playing along. Practice your vibrato.
Slide is easier for me. That almost sounded like Pink Panther did it. Did it? Did it?
What about the violin player hand? What about this vibrato? Do you ever see that violin player? They do just shake their hand like this?
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't work the same way on guitar because the guitar has frets. The violin does not have frets. And so by rolling your finger forward and back like that, you're literally varying the pitch the exact same way that you are when you're doing it with your bending it on the guitar. Okay? So, since it's the same thing, but the frets cancel it, that means if you do a violin player vibrato, you're going to get more of a shaking sound than an actual pitch variance. But you can still do it, and it still sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still help you to sustain the note, but it's more of a subtle vibrato. So let's try that. Play the note, and then like a violin player, just move your hand back and forth at the wrist. The motion comes from here, Jennifer. So watch, like this. You're moving while holding your finger down tight and your thumb down tight. You'll move the wrist back and forth.
That's hard. Oh, I heard it though.
Yeah, you can do it with just one finger. Shake your hand.
Thanks, guys. Hi. They're saying good job and stuff. So
Cool.
hi guys. Thanks. Brand new guitar player, by the way.
Yeah. All right. So let's now review. The next technique we learned was the guitar chord vibrato, where we just sort of like violin player, like shake the neck. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Sorry.
there's the one that's a little bit more deeper, where you pull it back towards you.
Oops, that wasn't. There we go.
This one works the best on a bar chord. I don't know if I showed you bar chords. Bar chords are where you press your index finger over all the strings. That way none of them are open. Okay? And in this way you can really hold on tight with your whole left hand. Okay?
I have trouble with bar chords.
Every young beginning guitar player, and I don't mean young in age. I mean every beginning. Just forget the word young. Every beginning guitar player of any age has trouble with bar chords.
Okay? Good. Just checking.
That's the most normal. That's like as normal as like like the average person like eating chicken or something. It's just
Right.
normal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't eat chicken anymore because I'm vegetarian. But my point is, it's just that, if you went up to somebody on the street and you said, "Hey, I had chicken for lunch," they wouldn't think you were a freak. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, so what?" Right? Okay, so vibrato. Let's go back to the beginning. For all those new people, we're going to do a little tying it up here. Okay? Starting at the top, finger vibrato. So, we're rubbing the string on the fret from left to right. If you're holding it this way, it'd be center to away. Either way, it's center to away. So I'll move towards the center of the fretboard, and then I'll move away towards the edge of the fretboard, like a grandfather clock pendulum, right? A clock arm. You swing. You don't just go and back. You have to swing to both sides. Okay. And remember, you can always mute if you hear. All right. Then, in addition to the finger vibrato, we said there was the violin player by vibrato. It's a more subtle, where you just shake your hand. Okay? And then I showed with chords vibrato. Shaking it. Holding down with that right elbow to make sure the whole guitar doesn't move. You're just shaking the neck. And then the more wider when you're pulling it back a little bit, right? All those different vibratos.
That's cool.
Now check this one out. If you grab up on the headstock, you can vibrato by here. See, watch.
Yeah.
So what I'm actually doing, if you push the guitar headstock in, it lowers the pitch like a whammy bar. So most of the time, if you see somebody do this, they'll do it this way to lower the pitch, because to raise the pitch is really easy. You can just do it like that or like that, right? So most of the time, if you see somebody pushing like that, they're pushing this way to lower the pitch, to create either a downward bend or to create a vibrato with a downward trend. Okay, you know how like on the saxophone, it's much easier to vibrato under the note,
Mhm.
right? You can
Yeah.
go over it too, but to make that perfect sine wave vibrato on the saxophone is a little tougher, because you got to learn how to tighten the embouchure to make it go a little bit sharp. A lot of beginning saxophone players will just go down and up and down and up, and they'll just go under the pitch,
Mhm.
right? So you can mimic that effect by doing this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, and that's what this is all about. This Elite Bata guitar techniques and tricks classes. We're just trying to like an idea of the basics of all this stuff, and we're going to keep getting more and more advanced and detailed as we go. Um, we're up to lesson 7 here of this weekly series, and we're gonna keep this going. I'm really enjoying this series. How about you, Jen? You like
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, 2 weeks I'm out of town, but normally I'll be here. So.
Oh, right on. Well, we'll just we'll have a different something that day. Maybe I'll do some extra live or reactions or something that day. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I want to take a second here and share my schedule here. So I'm kind of settling into a live stream schedule here. Um, I'm really enjoying the musicians panel reacts, and so we're going to keep doing that twice a week. We're going to keep these are all Pacific Los Angeles time, guys, but we're gonna stay with the 1 hour session on Mondays at 1:30 Pacific. We're going to stay with the 1 to 2 hour sessions on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific, and that's going to be the reactions for the week, the live reactions. That's plenty. And then Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific, we're doing Matthew's Favorites live. I did the first stream yesterday. It was so much fun. The bug bit me. I got my sweat going on 90 minutes in, and it was wonderful. So we definitely got to do that again. Matthew's Favorites live. And then we're doing this series, Elite Bata Guitar Tricks, Mastering Music with Matthew, Fridays at 9, 10-ish, depending, a.m. Pacific. We started a little early today, which is a good thing. And that's what my schedule's looking like. So in addition to these daily reaction video uploads, we're going to start having a lot more of these live performance videos coming out for you guys. So I really enjoyed performing for y'all yesterday. So do you have any questions for me, Jen, about this lesson about vibrato, about any of the techniques that I've shown you today, or
No,
anything?
I'm loving the vibrato. I'll definitely work on it.
Okay. Let's just do one more little practice session here, because we still got a couple of viewers. Just to finish up, go ahead, everybody. Let's
Okay.
practice rubbing the finger on the string vibrato. Let it sustain a little first,
Oh
then
yeah.
vibrato it.
There we go.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. So, everybody, thank you all so much for joining me today on Elite Bata Guitar Tricks number 7 vibrato lesson. We've gone over a whole bunch of stuff, and I've given you guys some good practice time. I haven't seen any specific questions in the chats about this. Um, there's, next week we're going to be doing bending, string bending. Okay,
Awesome.
so string bending is building on this lesson on vibrato. Um, So, just to give you the quickest little sneak peek before I close up the stream for today, bending, we're going to have more intention than just wiggling. We're actually going to
Oh, I've
alter the pitch of the
so
note.
cool. Yeah, I've heard people do that. It's awesome.
And we're going to learn how to do it in combination. Like, so you can start off with a bend and then release and then vibrato. Okay? The vibrato, it's like, the vibrato is like say you have really long hair, right? And then you have just the ends wave or curl, right? You don't have poodle head where, your curls just ring up on, right? You don't have that. Instead, your hair goes down and then curls a little, right? You know what I mean? That's how you want your vibrato. You want your vibrato to, oh, you want to have a little bit of note first and then crescendo into the vibrato. All right. Good.
Thanks.
Squeeze really hard, Jen. Squeeze with that left hand thumb.
Yeah, I keep putting the thumb above the by accident. Oops. Cool.
Yeah, everybody make sure you're practicing along with Jennifer here. That's what
Hi,
we're doing.
guys.
Now, you can actually vibrato more than one string at a time.
Oh,
And I'm literally just pushing back and forth.
that's hard.
That'll make your forearm burn
Yeah,
right here.
I'm gonna wait on that one.
Yeah, you'll feel that right here, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Going back to the chords, remember? Holding down, and then with the left hand, start by pulling down and then push it up. You can do that with open chords too. And then for more pitch change, pull back. And
Chromatic.
then remember the slide in.
There we go. Sweet.
So for you, Jennifer, and anybody that's having a similar sound to what's happening with Jennifer that you can hear, if you sound similar to her, Um, my biggest advice would be more left hand pressure. Squeeze with that thumb like it was the strongest thing in the universe. I mean, you can do it. You can do it. Put that thumb pressure down into that guitar neck, and that'll just make the work of your left hand fingers so much easier. Okay. Vibrato.
One finger.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. So, and this can be rough on your fingers because you're rubbing your fingers on the strings, on the frets, on the wood. This can be rough on your fingertips. It'll help you to build calluses.
Mhm.
But you don't want to tear yourself up. You're not literally trying to bleed, okay?
Yeah.
I know. I sing about that in the Bryan Adams song. Played into my fingers, bled. But that's not really what I meant. You're not supposed to take that literally.
Yeah.
So, whenever you feel like it's time to stop, it's time to stop, and we're good. All right, guys. So, I really appreciate you all being here with me today. Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. You're an excellent student and a
Thank you.
good friend, and I really appreciate you. Um,
Thank you.
Everybody, enjoy your coffee.
I appreciate you having me, Matthew. Thanks, and you're an awesome friend.
Why don't we just close up here? Jennifer, I don't usually do this, but today I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh no.
In review, instead of me reviewing, I would like you to review. What did you
Okay.
learn in class today?
Well, wait, I could do that better. Ah. Now
Squeeze.
there
you go. Excellent.
I was getting all nervous. And then the slide. Sort of. And then the chord one. Wait. My pointer's getting sore again.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, the easiest one is this one. The easiest one is just shake it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops, and there's my thumb going above it again.
Yeah, you'll hear that a lot. You'll hear that
Yeah.
a lot in music. The shaking chords. Excellent, guys. Excellent. So
Thank you.
let's all head over to Jennifer's music page. On Jennifer's music page, that's where you can find her saxophone music and her flute music. Make sure you like this video. You can please subscribe to both of our channels, both Jennifer's music page and Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. Everybody, make sure you check out my Patreon. We've got patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio. If you watch the replay, Jennifer, you'll see I did your Patreon request. I actually did both of them. I played an Aerosmith song for you, and I also played Zombie in that live stream, and I dedicated them to you. So you can,
thank you.
yeah, well, you're supporting the studio with Patreon, so those
Thank
are your
you.
rewards, and yeah, and so I appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio so that you can get this special treatment just like Jennifer does,
And I just wanted to say Matthew was teaching me Zombie last week, so that's why I requested it.
Yeah, I did it down a whole step, and it made it just a little bit too low for me. Next time I won't do that. I'll put the capo on. But yeah, you live and you learn. And I was trying all kinds of stuff in different keys yesterday. It was fun. I like it, not always just singing in the same key all the time.
Yeah. That's cool.
And if you're interested in studying more music lessons with me, go to MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com and you can get lessons with me private, not on the YouTubes, private, just me and you. And we'll meet up on the Zooms and I'll show you stuff and answer all your questions. And you get to record it and keep it. That lesson is your property then from henceforth. Your lesson is yours, good sir, and you get to keep it. That's right. And if anything happens, and say you mess up and you delete it, right? All you got to do is just go to your Zoom account and just re-download it. You don't even have to ask me. You can just get it again. It's so awesome. So make sure you guys check out MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com for the best music lessons on the internet. Yes, that's a hell of a claim.
I think they are. I have good lessons with you.
Maybe I went a little bit too far. This summer, experience the world's greatest. No. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, guys, we're just about to hit 45 minutes, and I think that's going to be the end for today. So, everybody, please make sure you like so lots of people can see this stream. Share it out so everybody, your friends, can take this lesson too. And make sure you subscribe to both of our channels. And I'll see you guys next time on Mastering Music with Matthew Leap Bata Guitar Tricks Friday live stream series. Monster Truck Rally. Everyone's going to get destroyed.
We're getting serious now.
Monster trucks! Yeah!